Yeah, welcome back to the Harry Thomas Show Week in Review. Today is Saturday, February 5th, 2005. I'm Harry Thomas.
I'm Tara Lee, and we are People for a Better Future.
Yes, we are. And we would like you to join us. And all you have to do to be a member of People for a Better Future is sign up for our newsletter at pfabf.org. And we're real excited about launching this. We talked about a lot of news in the last segment and all, and I wanted to get through some more of it. And we were talking about the treatment that our children are going to be going through with mandatory psychological testing and drugging, whether the parents want it or not. And here's a story come out of the Sierra Times, and this is by Becky Blanton. And it says, Big Brother or Mark of the Beast? Big Brother or Mark of the Beast? And if Homeland Security's extreme precautions against terrorists haven't gotten under your skin, look again. That's just what they're about to do with Verichips. A Verichip is a right-sized radio frequency identification microchip, RFID. We're real against that.
Oh, yeah.
Designed for tracking everything from products to people. A company who created the chip, Appleize Digital Solutions, and I would suggest boycotting them immediately, has announced that organizations in Brazil and Mexico have begun implanting the chips in children. And the Department of Defense announced that the government is going to begin using RFID devices through the military and the U.S. for product inventory beginning in 2005. U.S. companies such as Walmart are expected to begin using RFID tags in 2005. They've already been doing it, and they've been doing these secret programs now for a while.
Oh, yeah. I have an article from the RFID Journal, February 1st, 2005. Walmart begins RFID process changes. They're totally ready for the rollout, and it'll be totally implemented in all their stores by 2006.
Yeah, they're not rolling out. They're not rolling back anymore. They're rolling out the RFID.
Right.
This goes on to say that soldiers won't be chipped yet, and it's not just Walmart. Petco, Gillette, there's a lot of companies that are doing this. Soldiers won't be chipped yet, but at least not in the United States. However, the Verichip is now being used to track people outside the United States. And what we were talking about earlier, what's happening over there is going to happen here.
Oh, yes, but now... this is from Magic City Morningstar. Now we learn that the human chip has scary side effects. It's not all health-wise with the chip. And the implant can be harmful to mortals. Aren't we all mortals?
Yeah. Well, maybe the people at the top feel like they're not mortal. They feel like they're immortal. I'll tell you what, this one out of the Sierra Times has a lot of information. It says, under the program, children are implanted with the Verichip, an RFID device, using a large needle which injects the device under the skin. The chip gives off a 125 kilohertz radio frequency signal, which is transmitted to a nearby scanner or a handheld wand. Scanners read the transmitted ID number and use it to identify the child through a database. And it says, when a chipped child is abducted or missing, authorities place scanners in areas where a child might turn up, such as shopping malls and bus stations, airports, and other areas. Have you ever heard of the child showing up at the bus station or the airport? I mean, aren't they always either showing up dead? And, we got a special report coming up about all these missing kids. We're following that story really close. I mean, especially when you got reports like this where Brazil and Mexico have implemented this program for security purposes to track abducted and missing children. And they're saying that 133,000 children in Mexico have been kidnapped over the past 5 years. And I mean, we have this stuff happening all the time around here, but it doesn't. And it goes on to say that, the RFIDs provide some measure of security. They do provide it at the severe expense of personal privacy. And they can put anything on here: financial, medical, criminal history, past convictions, drug use. And them scanners and people who have access to them scanners can steal your identity. It's a central database for chipped people.
Oh, it's totally insane. And
chips.
And that's exactly right. Is for one little piece of security. Oh, I'm going to save my child if they ever get abducted. You're giving away so much for that one little positive thing that might possibly come out of it.
You know what? I can't see where it can work. How can a little scanner, you know, they're claiming that they only go 20 or 30 feet. So if they're really not lying about that, then what's 20 or 30 feet of some scanner going to track a missing child?
Well, if you're coming within 20 feet of the child anyway, you know, why don't you just pick the kid up, forget the scanner? And I mean, the risks to your health, they include adverse tissue reaction, migration of the implanted transponder, like it flowing into your heart, failure of implanted transponder, electromagnetic interference, electrical hazards, magnetic resonance imaging, incompatibility, and of course, you know, some people are allergic to needles.
This is all about the cashless society. And you know what? They want to stick needles in us. They want to chip us. I don't want to be chipped. Do you want to be chipped?
No, I do not.
You want needles stuck in you?
No.
And dogs? Oh, my. We're not even living in America anymore. Wake up! I mean, if we all say no to this, they can't do it to us.
Exactly. We all have to stand together on this. United we stand, divided we will fall.
Oh.
Another issue that's come up a lot is these tasers. They're supposed to be the non-lethal solution.
Now, there's tons of people have died, folks.
Oh, exactly. They're saying painful, but better than a bullet, the thinking went. This is from the Tallahassee.com, which was posted on Monday, January 31st. But then people started dying after police used tasers on them. It's happened at least 4 times in Central and South Florida alone.
8-year-old kids, 80-year-old women.
And as many as 70 times across the United States and Canada, according to a recent report by Amnesty International. Then came the complaints about how cops were using electric guns and on whom. One example is a 6-year-old boy in Miami shot with a taser after he brandished a piece of glass in a school office, and he was killed.
Yeah, well, they shot a boy for not putting down his Game Boy quick enough. An 80-year-old woman, because she couldn't move quick enough. And if you don't move quick enough, they'll taser you. Mm-hmm. You know what? And they'll unleash their cannons of pepper spray and their black masks with their secret police with no badges and no names. You know what? If you're a police officer and they're telling you to dress up in black uniforms with ski masks, or even not that, even if they're telling you to cover your badge numbers and your names, say no. We don't have secret police here. This ain't Nazi Germany. Wake up!
No.
Makes me mad.
No, their duty is to protect and serve, and that's why I believe most police officers get into that business, is because they want to serve their community, and you are not serving your community by staying anonymous.
Well, they call us civilians and stuff. Mm-hmm. And they're militarizing the police. They should be ashamed.
Oh yeah, and people need to know about this. This stuff is not reported in the daily news media. No, not at all. And I mean, have you heard about people dying from tasers or these rubber bullets that aren't supposed to kill?
Just in news reports that we cover that fall through the cracks, and that's what we'd like to do here. You go to our website at PFA